any kinds of particular types of food, or yeah, foods? We've been asking people about cultural traditions, food, songs. Any of
My
these
mother
sorts
being
of things?
Irish, we didn't eat French food at home. But I will say this, my father did a lot of the cooking. Not so much French foods, but my mother, I'm not trying to put down the Irish, but my father thought she didn't put enough spices or enough salts, or didn't, prepare for some, and my mother was just as glad to have my father cook. So my father would cook, and he would always make a lot of stuff with leftovers, and he would always spice it up. And we never made coton in the house because my mother didn't care for the smell of it when it was cooking. That's another memory I have as a kid, when you'd go down the point. And you'd go into the, it was brick apartment houses, many of them, and 3 and 4 stories high, or even wood frame structures. You could always smell the coton at times, especially during the winter months, because they didn't make coton in the summer. You could smell the coton cooking, and it had a distinct odor. And if you go into some of the small stores that were really, there was about 5 small stores within about a 4-block area. It was amazing how many little stores, and they all made their own coton. You could, when you go, and they did it different days of the week, and you could smell the coton cooking if you went in on that particular day in that particular store. And they all had a different version. It was all coton, but some of it spread a little easier, some of it didn't, some of it had more like white fat leaf lard on top, some of it didn't, some of it was, some people had a more spicy coton, others had a milder, so everybody had a different, but I distinctly remember the coton smell that you could pick up all over the point during the winter months, say from November through February, March. We bought our coton, other than when my grandmother or somebody would make it and send it over to my father. We would buy our coton at Odette's Market, and that was on the corner of Palmer and Salem. And Henry Cody was the fellow who used to make the coton in there, and he made good coton, except the only problem is it was a big half-inch probably, or a third of an inch of leaf lard on top. And my father used to scrape a lot of that off and set it aside, and he used it for cooking. He'd keep it in a bowl and use it for cooking something. He didn't throw it away. He didn't throw anything away. He'd use it for something else, just like he used to save bacon fat. He'd strain bacon fat and keep that in the refrigerator. So, but I ate a lot of coton in the morning for breakfast and at noontime for lunches.